Ohio State fans, NFL draft junkies, and anyone who loves watching future stars get their moment, this is one of those stories you don't want to scroll past, because the league is already telling us exactly how it feels about Carnell Tate, and the message is loud and clear. This dude isn't coming into the NFL to sit, learn quietly, or wait his turn. He's expected to contribute immediately on a team that's trying to win right now, and that's a massive vote of confidence for a receiver who spent much of his college career sharing the spotlight rather than owning it. According to talent evaluators and draft analysts, including voices from The Athletic, Tate profiles as a plug-and-play outside receiver with the kind of polish, route awareness, and contested catchability that offensive coordinators trust from day one, and that's why his name keeps popping up in conversations involving contenders like the Kansas City Chiefs, who quietly, but very clearly, need a true X-receiver who can win on the boundary and take pressure off their stars. When you look at what Tate put on film at Ohio State Buckeyes, you see a receiver who understands spacing, attacks leverage, and doesn't panic when the ball is in the air, and those traits translate no matter the system or quarterback, which is why scouts believe he could walk into a locker room with Super Bowl expectations and still earn trust quickly. This isn't about raw athletic hype, it's about reliability, and that's the currency of the NFL, especially for teams already paying elite money elsewhere on the roster. Imagine Tate lining up opposite established weapons, giving defenses one more problem to solve, and suddenly quarterbacks like Patrick Mahomes don't have to force throws or extend plays just to move the chains, because there's a receiver outside who can win his matchup on schedule. And here's where Tate's story gets even more interesting. At Ohio State, he never fully got the national shine because he shared the field with a generational talent in Jeremiah Smith, a player who sucked up headlines, defensive game plans, and highlight reels like a black hole. But instead of shrinking, Tate quietly became one of the most dependable receivers on the roster, playing more like a WR1A than a complementary option, and NFL scouts absolutely noticed. Within the Buckeyes system under Ryan Day, Tate consistently showed he could beat press coverage, track the deep ball, and finish through contact, and those reps, especially in big game environments, are exactly what teams trust when projecting rookie impact. There's also real intrigue around where Tate could land, because several franchises picking in the top 10 are hungry for receiving help, whether that's a team like the New York Jets, who need to support their quarterback investment, or the New Orleans Saints, who are clearly searching for offensive stability in a wide-open division, and even scenarios where Tate becomes the go-to target for a young quarterback like Shedeur Sanders if a franchise such as the Cleveland Browns decides to keep elite talent close to home. What makes Tate especially valuable in this draft class is that while the receiver pool is deep, not everyone comes with his combination of readiness and upside. Some prospects are explosive but raw, others are refined but limited, and Tate sits right in that sweet spot where teams feel comfortable giving him real snaps from week one without capping his ceiling. For a league obsessed with maximizing rookie contracts, that's gold, especially for contenders trying to avoid expensive free agent deals while still upgrading their offense. Tate's path may have been quieter in Columbus, but the NFL doesn't care about volume stats or social media buzz, they care about whether you can separate, secure the ball, and be where you're supposed to be when the play breaks down, and Tate checks those boxes in a big way. Now, with the draft approaching, his opportunity to become a household name is right in front of him, and the same player who once lived in someone else's shadow could very quickly become the centerpiece of an NFL passing attack, which is exactly why his name keeps climbing draft boards and popping up in contender conversations. If you're into NFL draft breakdowns, real player analysis, and staying ahead of the hype before it hits mainstream media, make sure you smash that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and stick with the channel, because Carnell Tate's story is just getting started, and we'll be tracking every step of it from draft night to Sundays under the lights.